Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to my ranking of the new Scooby-Doo Movies Season 2. Only 8 episodes in this one, so it'll be a pretty quick video, and as always, I'm just going to rank my favorite to least favorite, and I will have that in the description below if you just want to wade through, if you don't want to wade through my video, you just want to get to the point, I'll have that below with timestamps. And if you just want to hear about an episode, you can just click on the timestamp, it'll bring you there. What I'm most interested in, though, is hearing what your favorite or least favorite or whatever, top 5, top 8, anything, whatever you want to write about, let me know in the comments below. And I always enjoy reading the comments, and I always enjoy hearing people's takes on episodes, if they agree with me, if they disagree with me. It always helps me think a little bit differently about things, and I just find it interesting. Anyway, let's get on with my rankings. So my top pick, my favorite episode from this season would be The Weird Winds of Winona. This is the one with Speed Buggy and his gang. I just like this video quite a bit. I like Speed Buggy. I liked, I didn't think the bad guys were that great. It was just people in hoods with a wind machine. But I like the spooky atmosphere of the caves and the abandoned town with the wind blowing through it. I thought that was kind of spooky. And I just love the interaction between the two kids. The gangs of kids. So you had the Speed Buggy crew and you had the Scooby-Doo gang. I just love the interaction between the two. I thought they got along really well. They acted like teenagers, and there's just a lot of innocence and just fun to this episode. So that would be my number 1. Number 2, Haunted Showboat. That's the one with Josie and the Pussycats. I really liked this episode too. I thought it was a bit at a date with the villains. They were kind of boring. They're out of some book, you know, just not the greatest villains. Yeah, I loved just seeing the Pussycats, so that was great. And I loved seeing the interaction between the two groups. The only problem is there's just so many characters in Josie and the Pussycats, so not everyone really gets to shine as well as they could, but they do a pretty good job of it. And yeah, overall, I like this episode. Not the best villains, but again, this is one where I just like the guest stars. I know in my original video I complained that they didn't have Josie and the Pussycats sing any songs. I guess that would have been due to licensing, so that kind of sucks. But second favorite episode, Haunted Showboat. My third favorite episode is The Exterminator, and this is the one with Don Adams, and he hires the gang to help exterminate a famous horror actor's house. And I just thought this episode was a lot of fun. Had a lot of monsters in it. Had a lot of cool characters in it. And yeah, just overall a lot of fun. I thought Don Adams made a great guest star. He was very funny. And I know this is usually people's least favorites, but for me, it's my number 3. My number 4 would be The Haunted Candy Factory. And this is with Cass Elliot from the Mamas and Papas. At least that's what she's most famous from. Again, another great guest star, another great singer who doesn't sing, no song in this episode. But overall, just a fun episode. The bad guys are these green globs. They look kind of silly. Not that intimidating. The design's not that great, but I liked how they just incorporated a lot of the Candy Factory gags into this episode. So they incorporated like candy canes, and they incorporated marshmallows, chocolate, gingerbread, and all sorts of machinery. And I like the twist at the end that they kind of had. And yeah, just a fun episode. Enjoyed this one a lot. My number 5 is The Mystery of Haunted Island, and this is with this is the third episode involving the Harlem Globetrotters. Overall, just your average episode. Not bad, not great. You know, a lot of this episode took place on the basketball court. So it's more of like a Harlem Globetrotters episode. You know, the final third is just all on the basketball court because the gang are trying to keep the Globetrotters awake to win a game. But I like the concept. I liked how they just ran into the Globetrotters randomly like they always do. I thought that's funny. I liked how they got on the wrong ship. They're supposed to go to Picnic Island, but they go to Haunted Island. Not the best ghosts in this one. There's a few cool ghosts, but some of the other ghosts aren't that exciting. But I like this episode quite a bit, and it's my number 5. Number 6 is Mystery of Persia. So this is with Jeannie from I Dream of Jeannie and Babu, who is always saying, razzle dazzle. and that kind of got annoying. Um, I still, like when I reviewed this, I didn't know how I felt about Babu, but now I'm just kind of annoyed by him. Over time, I keep thinking about how I hate him just saying "razzle dazzle" over and over again. It just really annoyed me. But Jeannie was cool. I fell in love with Jeannie in this episode. She's very adorable, very fun loving. And then there's the two side characters. One which is voiced by Mark Hamill. They're okay. I don't really remember who's who anymore. I just really remember Jeannie and Babu, and what else do I remember? I remember the bad guy and the prince. So yeah, overall, it's an okay episode. I liked how they went to Persia, which is Iran. But yeah, okay episode. My number 6. My number 7 is the Haunted Carnival. This is with Dick Van Dyke. I thought Dick Van Dyke made for a great guest star, great performance. The reason why it's so low, I think, is because a lot of this was already played out in Foul Play in Funland. So a lot of this is just kind of derivative. We've kind of seen this before. We've seen the gang get on roller coasters, go through Tunnel of Love. So that's all happened before. It was a cool concept that Dick Van Dyke was just running the show himself. I thought that was kind of fun and it was entertaining. The bad guy's kind of lame. It's just kind of like a floating arm in some cases, and it's not a very memorable bad guy. But what I love about this episode is the ending. The gang are hired to work at the carnival, and then we don't get a Scooby-Doo episode for another 2 or 3 years. So it's just kind of fun to imagine the gang working at this carnival for 3 years. And yeah, I like that. I like that concept. My least favorite episode was the Spirited Spooked Sports Show. Not a bad episode either. I like this one. I just thought the villain was kind of And I'm not that familiar with Tim Conway other than a bit of his work. And I thought he was a great guest star, but, just me not going in knowing Tim Conway that well just didn't really add to the experience. Again, the ghost I kind of like, but I kind of dislike at the same time. I just thought he's not very scary. He's just a, redheaded dude in some gym shorts. And he's a well-built redheaded dude, but not scary. And this one's just kind of more silly than scary. And I'm not like a huge sports guy, so I guess it didn't really win me over there. So yeah, it's my number 8. I'd still watch it again. I still enjoyed the episode. But yeah, that wraps up my ranking. So yeah, let me know in your comments below how you feel about these episodes. And next week, I will be starting my Scooby-Doo show episodes that I haven't gotten to before, and we'll be doing the Fiesta Host as an Aztec Ghost. And once more, thank you for any likes, views, subscribes, shares. All means a lot to me. It keeps me motivated to put these out, to keep reviewing these episodes, as it does take a large portion of my time to put these out. So thank you. I appreciate everything. And until next time, stay spooky.